Okay, so give me a like, give me some courage, and here's what I want to talk to you about today. Where am I? Here I am. One of the things I used to be absolutely terrified about was being seen. I literally used to shake. When I started my healing practice officially back in 2012 in Bali, I was trying to do it since I started getting into healing, like energy healing in 2010, but I could never do it. I would do loads of swaps. I probably did a good 100 or more free sessions with people, but I could never bring myself to charge in the early days, or, I found it really hard. And then in 2012, when I finally got the guts up to start saying, okay, I am now only making money as a healer, basically. I was so scared. I was terrified. And I'd have healing circles around my house, which were actually really amazing. I also had them in a healing center nearby. But whenever I'd think of running workshops or things like that, I would shake in terror. I was so scared of being seen and being judged because of this is my story, because of my wild past and all the crazy things I'd done in my life. I was sure that if people heard anything about what I'd done, about my drug use and all the other things, I was sure I'd be judged. And my belief was that once it was online, then it's too late. So over the years, it's been a real up and down roller coaster for me. And I've sabotaged and I've gone up and down where I'd start building a following and then I'd sink back. But for me, I always knew that it was only a matter of time before I got it together. Yeah. So I definitely suggest to be kind to yourself for your journey, because it's not always going to be easy. You're not always going to be perfect. You might have this vision in your head of who it is that you're meant to be, which is awesome if you do, because we want to try to match that vision. But you're also human, and we have human issues to work through. We have a lot of very real fears from our childhood that get stuck as trauma in our body. When you go to, let's say, do a live stream. You want to do a live stream, but you have this fear come up and it's holding you back. That fear that comes up, it's an actual memory. Your body is feeling a memory from the past that it has not forgiven, because forgiveness means that you no longer feel hurt about a situation when you think about it. It doesn't mean that it's okay. It means that you just don't feel hurt about it anymore. Yeah? And so we hold on to this trauma that gets actually trapped into the cells of our body. And that condenses down into physical illness as well, by the way. It also shows up as anxiety and depression and mental health issues and overwhelm and burnout. A plethora of things all have to do with trauma, which is just trapped negative energy. Not necessarily even from big things like, plane crashes and battlefields. Even something as simple as being a child and feeling misunderstood causes trauma, because as humans, we aren't taught how to have our emotions. Now, some of you have probably been following me for a while, so you might know that I teach a lot about how to actually have your emotions. Now, the reason I say have is because the way that people deal with their emotions is the exact opposite. It's literally polar opposite to what we're meant to be doing with our emotions. People think that our negative emotions are some sort of villain, Tell me, do you ever feel when you feel like this, let's say you're about to do fear of being on video, you think like it's this big scary thing. Well, actually, it's a message. It's letting you know that you have beliefs that are going to call in what you do not want into your life. So this is why sometimes it's actually okay. It's actually really good sometimes to sabotage. I bet you never heard anyone say that. It's actually okay to sabotage sometimes, because your sabotage is actually a protection pattern. Yeah? And it's a protection pattern that's stopping you from creating these things in your life that you do not want. Now, it's very simple. All you need to do is to change that point of view, change your belief, aka change your expectation. And when you change your expectation, when you release the trauma underneath that that's holding it together, then reality changes too. And then you'll be less likely to sabotage. So I'm not sure how to tell if anyone is on the line or not. So let me just have a double check. Okay, so if you are here, could you please comment to let me know? Oh, hello, guys. I just went over to the other screen. Hi, everyone. Hello. Hi, Trish. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Catherine. Oh, it's so good to have you here. So it's so funny. The chat box is over on the other screen, and that's like just a video of me playing. And here's me, but you can't see the comments. Oh, there you are. Okay, now I can see your comments. So is this resonating? Have you ever like tried to do something like whether it's hop on live stream or do a video or get up public speaking and you felt this fear? Maybe your throat's closed down. Maybe you felt this sinking feeling in your body. Maybe you thought that you should be able to push through and then maybe you got hard on yourself when you couldn't. This is one of the opposite things that we do with our emotions, yeah? So what can you do instead? Well, the first thing is to acknowledge that it is a protection pattern, okay? There's actually many different things you can do, but let's go with this track. One of the main ways is you acknowledge that it's a protection pattern. It's only trying to help you. So, and some of you already know what I'm about to say, you talk to your fear, okay? How many of you here have done that with me already? You've talked to your fear, you have asked it what's wrong, and you listen. Now, most of it will probably have been in private sessions with me or in group sessions, but you can do this on your own. And in fact, I highly recommend you start having a regular dialogue with your fear, with your negative feelings, because they're not the enemy, guys. Okay, now there's so many different layers to this because yes, on one level, all like negative fear energy is the fear consciousness, what religious people might call the devil. And because we're made out of two energies, we've got love and we've got fear, and love is divine and fear is dark, right? And so, yes, our fear energy can be hijacked and used by this negative fear consciousness. But the way to actually heal it is not usually to cast it out, although you can actually bind dark forces and cast them out. So there's another truth. But with the way that we're talking, the way to get over the fear to be on your live stream is one, to know that they don't know the future. Okay, this fear that you're feeling, it does not know the future. But, and this is very important, if you listen to the fear and act from the fear, you will create the fear. If you listen to the fear and you act from the fear, you will create the fear. And we're being taught in society to listen to the fear. We're being taught in society to contract, that if something's wrong in the economy, then we have to contract and expand and save our money and wait till everything's better. Well, guess what? You are part of the economy. Okay, you have your own independent, personalized economy that is outside of the ultimate economy, right? You control your destiny. And when you listen to fear and you step back and you're like, oh no, things are happening in the world. I can't do this and I can't do that, because I have to save my money. It's like, well, I mean, if that's coming from trust and you're getting guidance to save money, then absolutely stack cash, of course. But if it's coming from, oh, I can't invest in myself because I have to save my money. Well, what would somebody who knew and expected that more money was going to come to them, what would they choose? They would probably choose to invest in themselves, right? Unless you're guided to do something else. Maybe it's not even like personal development investment. Maybe it's some sort of investment into your business. Maybe it's some sort of investment into an accountant or a financial advisor or whatever it is. But what I'm trying to say here is when you act from trust, you get more to trust. So when it comes to your fear of being seen, when you feel like this fear, like, oh my God, people aren't going to like me, it's not going to work, I don't know what to do, and you don't change that opinion, because it's just an opinion. Your belief is just an opinion. Your belief is just a thought you agree with. So if you disagree with that feeling, then it has no power over you. So this is why I really suggest that you become very intimate with your fear. You want to really find out. And sometimes, because your body shows up memories as feelings, right? So beliefs that are from memories that are mixed with trauma that then control and influence our decisions. Yeah. That shows up as that heaviness in your heart, as your throat clamp. Like my throat used to clamp and tight down, and I wouldn't even be able to speak. I'd be like, I couldn't speak. It took me years and multiple healings in multiple different ways with multiple different people, and of course working on myself, to finally release that vice-like grip around my throat. And a lot of that was past life trauma as well. But it was also from my extreme fear that people wouldn't like me. And so you know what I was also saying? Now think about this. For those of you who have a fear of people and think that they're going to judge you, nod your head if that's you. Do you ever think people are going to judge you? They're not going to like you. It's not going to be safe to do what you wish to do? Nod your head. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is to shock you. Okay, this is to get a pattern interrupt. That means that you're going around thinking that everybody else is a jerk, which means that you're the one being the jerk. Okay, you're the one being the jerk if you're really worried about everyone else judging you, because you're thinking that they're thinking mean things in their head about you. So that, isn't very fair, is it? Right? But the thing is, for so many of us, we were like traumatized and abused as children, weren't we? Oh my God. Like the amount of fucking bullshit that we had to go through and put up with as children to be on this planet. It's just not how it's meant to be. But I guess that's how that was meant to be, because it's for our own soul's evolution. But now we have an opportunity to change it. So it's really important to understand that just because you had those experiences as a child, it doesn't mean it always will be that way. But if you continue to expect it to always be that way, then it will. So how awesome is that you are so powerful that you control the way other people see you. You control the way other people respond to you. Even someone that's never even met you and they call you on the phone, maybe for a telemarketing call or to, call you about some feature going on your account, they are going to respond to you to meet your expectations of people. So if you expect people to be mean, you might draw out some mean behavior from a person that might have been nice to the person before you. Do you see what I'm saying? And now this means that you are so supremely powerful, guys, because if you created this, if you literally create how people treat you, which you do, then you also have the power to recreate it. How awesome is that? Yay, it's so good, isn't it? So let me scroll down. Hi, everyone. You didn't get notified? Oh, that's not good. Have you tapped the bell? Is there a bell anywhere on this page? Let's see. When I go here, oh, thank you for the likes, guys. Where's the bell? Probably underneath my video, there's a subscribe button. So make sure you've subscribed if you haven't already. And then next to that, there's a bell. So hit the bell. Ding. Yeah? Okay. Yes. I started a live yesterday and canceled and deleted it. Well, at least you started, okay? That's a great step. I try not to delete my stuff, although every now and then I did one live so many months ago that I just deleted. But usually I keep them up even when they make me cringe, because most of my stuff makes me cringe. I can tell you, this is going to make me cringe. But so what? It is what it is. It's the art Like, we're messengers. And right now we're talking about having the courage to be disliked and overcome your fear of being seen. And as messengers, we're not speaking to everyone. Okay, now one of my private clients, she actually said the most profound thing to me yesterday. She got so sick and tired, and if you're watching on the replay or you're here live, hello. She said the most profound thing. She said, I am so sick and tired of playing small and making myself small for people who don't even want me in their life. She said she's so sick and tired of making herself small for other people who don't even want her in their life. Right? And can you see how you're not here to speak to those people that don't want you in their life? You're not here to speak to the people that don't resonate with your message, that don't need what you have, that aren't even ready. You're not here to speak to them. You are here to speak to a very specific subset of people. You are here to share a message, whether you are already, being a life coach or a leader or something, or you just know that there's something more for you. If you're watching this, I would love to propose that you really do have a message within you and you really do have something to speak and share with people. And the way to do that is to get out of your own damn way, to stop making it all about you. Now, some of you here, you've probably been talking to me about this the last few days, but you got to stop making it about you. Okay, if you're here to lead, whether you're selling a product or a service, you've still got an actual message to share to people, because obviously if it's a product, you're passionate about your product. If it's a service, it's something that you're passionate about to bring value into people's lives as well. But either way, the way to sell that product and service is to give value, is to help people change their lives, and to share your knowledge. But more than your knowledge is to open up to divine wisdom and get out of the way. Don't judge what you write. Don't judge what you say. Just do it, get it done, and release it to the world like a little wild turkey. Gobble, 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 gobble. So it can just gobble off and run off into the distance. Your turkey off into the sunset. Just let that turkey run away. That's all you've got to do. You just got to create your stuff and set it free. Okay? You just create yourself and set it free. And you might cringe and you might cry, but I can tell you there are going to be people that will be affected by your message that needed to hear that. And especially as you keep showing up, no matter how cringy it is, no matter how much you wish it was better, it doesn't fucking matter. All that matters is that you feel called and you have a message, and this message is going to save lives. Okay, there are people that have come into my life that were suicidal, that felt like they could not even bear to live anymore. They couldn't live with themselves. They couldn't live with the guilt. They couldn't live with the grief. They couldn't live with the past, whatever it was. And because I stepped up when I'm not perfect, when I have things about myself that I am so embarrassed about in this moment, I'm still here. I'm still here. And a lot of you're probably not going to care about whatever flaws I tell you I have. You're going to go, yeah, but Kai, your message is speaking to me. And yeah, but Kai, we love you anyway. And for those of you that are like, I can't stand her face, great. Go fuck yourself. No. But in a way, it's like if anyone watching doesn't like my face, just go to a different topic, go to a different channel, go to a different person. And that's that. Because there are definitely people that when they watch me, they can't stand me. I'm sure of it. And that is what we want. Okay, now this brings me neatly into my next point. You want to, what's it called? Like attract and repel. You want to attract and repel. You want to divide and conquer. You really want to you want to have such a polarizing effect on people that they either feel such a strong emotional love for you or they feel a strong emotional dislike. It's when you try to please everyone and try not to say things to upset people, or maybe they'll think that's weird, like my fucking turkey analogy, like how fucking harebrained is that? It's like you can tell your turkey analogies all day long. It just doesn't matter. As long as you're speaking your truth in your own personality, then the people that are meant to love you and will love you for you, then they can find you. But for as long as you're trying to be some like Miss Stepford entrepreneur, a Stepfordpreneur, that movie with Nicole Kidman where they're like Stepford wives, where you're trying to be like a Stepford person and be all perfect and pretty. Well, guess what? Your people aren't going to find you. Your people aren't even going to know that you exist. They're not going to be able to see you, and then they're going to go and continue to suffer, because we know a lot of people on this planet, we all have our problems. And the way to move forward is with support. And the only way that people will find you and your message is for you to let yourself be your wonderful, weird self, right? I mean, I am on camera on a worldwide internet right now, just speaking all this stuff. And I can tell you, in the past, I would have been dying inside, but I kept going. In the past, when I'd finish, I would cry. In the past, when I finished, I couldn't listen to anything back at all because I had shame run through my body because I hated everything that I did. But I knew that I had a message, and I knew that it was above and beyond me. It's not about me. It's about you, and how the message that flows through me from the divine can help you. And then because I'm here to help you and I show up, then I receive, right? That's how it works. Because I'm here helping you get what you need in life, then I am rewarded, not necessarily through you. It's like a pay it forward type of situation, because the money doesn't come from you. The money doesn't come from them, from your people, from all that. The money comes from God, from the universe, from whatever the higher power force it is you believe in, from infinite intelligence. And it flows through people. And when you are aligned and you expect it and you show up and you give, and, you have good beliefs around sales and money, well, then the money just starts pouring into your life more and more, and it becomes easier. And then you don't feel like unsafe when it's like, oh, one particular person didn't pay your money. It's like that particular person is not your source of abundance. Even if it seems like they are not. You've just attached them as your source of abundance. Your source of abundance is infinite intelligence. It is you. It is your expectations and your vibration. And it's true. Preach, sister, right? Okay, what have we got? Yeah, I know, right? Thank you for saying. It feels, I don't know. I'm assuming that you're talking about the bit about showing up for other people. It really changed everything for me. And whenever things start going downhill, it's been because I would start thinking about, how can I get clients? This isn't about me getting clients. This is about me showing up and being so excited to share with you what has worked for me. That's why, for those of you in my audience, whether you're watching now or in the future, who are into network marketing, that's awesome. Network marketing with good companies have their place. Just make sure it's not the newest fad thing that everyone says is great, but you don't really give a fuck about. Okay? You got to really care about what it is that you're selling. For people like us, if you're here and you're still watching me, then I would say that you're one of us. You are someone that feels called to make the world a better place. You're a wonderful weirdo. You were probably told you were too sensitive or too much or too something when you were growing up. And the truth is, these are your superpowers. So people like us, we're like star seeds, maybe indigos, or however you see that. We definitely are more connected with our psychic powers. And if you aren't, then that's just because you haven't flourished in that way yet, but they're definitely there. So what I'm trying to say, you have to really care about what it is that you're selling, what it is that you're sharing, that you're giving, that you're not showing up because of some money, although money's a part of it, it's a reward. Okay, money's like, it's not even a reward. Money's like a natural birthright, but at the same time, it shows up to reward you for the value you give, but it's not the only way it shows up. Okay, so it's not the only way it shows up. Shows up other ways, but a big way is when you give value, people want to pay you. People want to give to you. People feel compelled to reciprocate because of the value that they're getting. That's what a big part of what money is about. Yeah, it's just value boiled down into numbers and money, into cash and all that, so that people can swap value. That's all it is. So when you start getting in your head and you start feeling like, before you get on live stream, talk to your fear. Be like, what am I really thinking here? What am I really thinking here? Slow it down. Don't just go, oh, what am I thinking here? Oh, I don't know. I just suck. Oh, blah, 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 blah. It's like, come on, guys. Like, take a deep breath. Remember that all those thoughts are just, they don't know anything. They're just like the devil in a way. They're, in a way, the devil, okay? They are fear consciousness that is going to keep running and running. And when you buy into it and you start agreeing, oh, yes, that's right. You're saying I'm not good enough. Oh, I believe I'm not good enough. Then you start feeling really bad. And remember how I said we do all of our emotions in opposite land? Mm-hmm. Well, that's because your emotional guidance system, if you think something like, oh, I'm not good enough, and then you agree with it, it makes you, and this happens in a nanosecond, it makes you heavy. And so you have been going to think, oh, this means I'm not good enough. And then it gets worse and worse. Oh, this means I'm really bad. And it gets worse and worse. Oh, no, I can't even show my face. And it gets worse and worse. But that's because it's getting heavier and heavier to tell you that you're believing a fucking lie. It's telling you when you think I'm not good enough or I'm unworthy or I don't matter and it feels bad, that's saying you think I don't unworthy. The energy is saying, oh, this is taking you away from the path of your desires. This is taking you away from the path of your desires. This is a lie. You are divine. Of course you are good enough. This is silly. I'm getting heavy to let you know that you're thinking the wrong thing. If this is the only thing you understand, out of everything that I teach you in my entire life, if you understand that one concept and implement it, everything will change. So it means next time you think, oh, I'm not good enough, I can't do it, and it starts feeling heavy, oh, that's a lie. That's taking me away from my desires. Get out of your own head. Like, stop thinking that you know everything, okay? As if what do you mean you're not good enough? Like, that's just an opinion. You don't have to agree with that just because you think it. And in fact, it was forced upon you as a child by people who had traumatized themselves, caught in pain, who told you weren't good enough, who made you feel like you weren't enough. But it was just an experience that happened to you. It's not who you are. You are divine. You are literally made of stars. And for you to go about thinking, oh, I'm not good enough to have my dreams, I'm not good, it's a type of arrogance. It's reverse arrogance, because arrogance is an inflated sense of importance where you think more of yourself than you really are. And walking around all day thinking that you're not good enough is reverse arrogance, where it's an inflated sense of how undivine you are. It's absolutely ridiculous. And this is coming from someone who I used to be dripping in I'm not good enough, dripping in shame, dripping in just being embarrassed to live. I used to be so embarrassed. Even now I'm still a little bit embarrassed, but nothing like I was. And that's because I know that when I feel that embarrassed, heavy, I'm not good enough feeling, I pointed it. I usually feel about here. I pointed it and I go, it's a lie because it's heavy. So then you change your mind about it. Let's say we're still talking about if you're about to go on live stream or anything, public speaking, whatever it is, talking to your partner about getting your needs met, whatever it is. And you feel that heaviness, you go, okay, what am I really thinking here? Don't just pretend it's not there. That's not going to work, guys. What am I really thinking here? Oh, I'm thinking that if I do it, oh, someone's going to criticize me. Okay, great. Now you know. You don't need to like be scared of it. No, bring it up. Think about it. Be like, oh, fuck. Actually, I do think that. I do think people will criticize me. Is that really true? Well, it feels true. Oh, but I know that this heavy feeling is a lie. So therefore it mustn't be true. Okay, so it's not true because it's a lie. So what feels better? Well, maybe someone will be on that likes what I said. That feels a bit lighter. Maybe it'll even help them. That feels lighter when I say that too. Now, if it goes and feels heavier, that's because there's another thought in there saying, you fucking suck, you can't do it. Oh, don't you remember what happened when you were 6? And you have to then maybe explore that as well. But it's just a game of hot and cold. Remember when you play that game, you go, someone's looking for something, and you say cold, freezing, so they go in the different direction. Warmer, they go, then they go away from it, and up, cold, colder, turn back in the way they came from. Oh, hot, scalding, boiling, molten lava, and then they pick it up. Oh, here it is. That is what life is like. That is it. If you would get out of your stories and stop thinking that you know everything with the thoughts you hear in your head, they don't know a fucking thing, okay? All that matters is how you feel. Does it feel heavy? If it's heavy, it's a lie, and it's taking you away from your desires. Now, you may have to explore that. You may have to do some energy work. You may have to change your state or do whatever it takes. Sometimes you can just push it away and just, no, that's right, it's a lie. Let's just move on. Let's just do it. Okay, it doesn't always have to be a big process. But sometimes it does, especially as you're getting the hang of it. And don't ever think that you don't have time for it, because you don't not have time for it. As in, if you continue operating with that lie in place, then you are operating from that lie. And when you're acting from fear, you get more to fear. So you'll create what you don't want in your life. So you have time, sweet one. You have time. Even if it feels like you don't, even if you could tell me a billion different things that you have to do, then you definitely need to take the time even more so, because everyone has the same amount of time. It's just your perception of time. And so that's why it's even extra more important that you take the time to explore, what is this heavy feeling that keeps coming up? Why do I feel sick in my stomach? Oh, okay, it's because I'm creating something negative. Well, then I better change my mind about it. And that's then when you can talk yourself into all the wonderful things like that we've just talked about. Yeah. Oh, this is the best explanation of reframing I've ever heard. Oh, I love that. That is so awesome. And the thing is, that is the actual method that is what I sound like. My husband got used to it years ago. This is how it sounds to be Kai Ashley sitting around in her house, walking around through the world. I will talk to myself, sometimes in my head, but a lot of the time out loud, sometimes in my journal, sometimes a mix of all of them. And especially as I'm journaling, I'm not just journaling, affirmations. I'll do journal affirmations, but if I'm journaling an affirmation and all of a sudden I start feeling like heavy, I will explore it. Or I might just bring it up. I might just be like, let's say like, I'm a successful spiritual coach with, loyal and loving followers and clients who love to share my work, and they're absolutely changing their lives, and I'm helping people to transform their lives, and they're transforming clients' lives, and something I write pretty often. But then I feel like this, and I feel like, oh, no one cares about me. No one wants what I've got, but I might be a heavy feeling. And I might say, oh, I'm feeling a heavy feeling right now. What is this about? Oh, no one even cares. And I'll be like, well, is that really true? I don't know, maybe. Well, when did this start? Well, remember, when I was like 10 and all those kids stood around me in the schoolyard taunting me about the way that I talked, because for some reason I always had an accent no matter where I've been in the world at every single age. And so I would then stop my journaling and I would do some energy work on it, even just a visualization. I'd bring in light, I'd change it. I might go take my inner child out of that situation. I might cut it up in scissors and then see that it was all just made out of paper. I might shoot it to the moon, anything like that. Take some breaths, swell some light in, ask God, the angels, universe to help me change it. And then I go back to my journaling. I'd be like, okay, so even though part of me believes that people don't actually care about me, I know that this is bullshit. I already decided a long time ago that it's not true. I actually do know that people are constantly telling me that they love me. And what am I doing? Do I really want to believe this? No. Is this really helping me? No. Breath. What do I want to think instead? Well, instead I'd like to think that I'm a successful spiritual coach and I have all these amazing followers and clients and friends all around the world who find value from my work. So I'm choosing to believe that this is happening. I'm choosing to believe that not only this is possible, I'm already actually seeing it in my life. So blah, 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 blah. This is how I journal. It's not just like, you have to be very in tune with how you feel second to second. Yeah. And this is where the energy work comes in handy because, as I said, we do our emotions in opposite land. So you really want to start doing a lot of my energy work, which since we're on YouTube, you'll see a lot of my energy work videos here. I also do one-to-one work with people, which is so powerful. I just got off a session with a client before this, and she said to me, we did one session a year ago, which was an intro session. So by the way, I have a discounted intro session. If people want to try my powerful energy work, it just dissolves problems. It will dissolve this issue like that, especially if you keep going with it. But she said to me, this is our first session in a year. She said to me, I've had healings before, but nothing like this. And I just loved that so much. And I hear that in every single one of my sessions. It's almost like, and then I did a session with another client yesterday. Oh my God, I wish I could explain it. It was just so amazing. So if you really want to like shift this problem and step up as a leader and, you know, make money from your purpose and let go of the fucking bullshit stories that are holding you back, like a hot knife through butter, then I can help you to dissolve all those thoughts so that, and all those beliefs and the trauma and the karma and the generational wounding, I can help you dissolve all that and clear your energy system out like a breath of fresh air. Yeah, it's going to be absolutely amazing. So for those of you that are feeling called, maybe you've been thinking of working with me for a little while, or maybe you're here completely new today, I would love to invite you to reach out to me and ask me what I have available. So at the moment, I have one-to-one work available. I do an intro session. This is a full session, about 90 minutes, maybe 2 hours, depending on flow, to get you a full transformation, which is, I mean, you can't even describe. It's like the alchemists, if they were to turn lead into gold, just how much they would celebrate. You feel that in your body. You turn this hardcore lead, this hate, this doubt, this fear, this crushing energy in your body. We just like this, like a phoenix from the ashes. And at the end, you feel like everything is possible. You feel peace. And this is the energy that creates. And so then, especially as you keep going with it, but sometimes even just from one session, physical manifestations follow. You're more likely to step up, go on live stream. You're more likely to call in your potential, not just your potential clients, but your soul tribe, your soul family, because you release your bullshit stories and your protection patterns, and then they can see you. So if you want to do one-to-one work or try it out, let me know. Then after that, I usually work with people on a long-term basis to completely transform your lives, grow your business, and do whatever it is that you need done. And the other options are my amazing digital programs. I've got the Divine Chakra Cleanse, which I was just looking at. And for those of you that are in the Divine Chakra Cleanse program, I know some of you are here. I just added 2 more videos. One is a womb healing. I was just invited to do a guest teaching spot, and I had the honor of guiding 90 amazing, like 90 amazing spiritual women through my amazing womb magic practice that helps you to release the deepest of shame that you're holding in there. And it helps you to like actually heal like fibroids and physical issues with your womb. And if you don't have any of that, it still helps you to access your like inner power and your inner truth. So for those of you that have access to the Divine Chakra program, as you know, there's a lot of tapping in there. This is just one new one that I added in. For those of you that want to try and like really reset and clear out and reclaim your chakras and energy body, that's just one of many programs, but it's a really good one. It's probably my favorite one, the Divine Chakra Cleanse. We go through obviously every single chakra. I'm wearing a different colored wig in each one. And then there's loads of bonus tappings and teachings and things like that in there as well. So going through this is going to absolutely upgrade your self-worth. It's so one of the participants that went through the program, she'd been stuck in her business for years, wasn't really making any headway. By the end of the program, she had brought on clients and started practicing and actually being able to support herself for the first time in years. And the thing she said to me was, when she told me all that, she said, the Divine Chakra Cleanse helped me know that I was worth it. Thank you so much. So we'll do that for you too, if you show up and do the work. Which one? It is in module 2 in the sacral chakra. It's about halfway down the page, and it's called Womb Magic. It's very powerful. It's very, 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 very good. This is a method that I use with my private clients a lot because your womb is the seat of your wisdom. So especially as you release all the shame and the pain from your womb and you start getting in contact with the inner voice that she has, we actually speak to your womb. You'll speak to her in this exercise, or if it's in the Divine Chakra Cleanse program. If you want to know about that, message me on Facebook or on Instagram or through my website by signing up to my email list at the Vibrant Success Club, or just comment here. I don't know. Yeah, no, definitely don't comment here. You can comment here, but if you want to know, I don't think YouTube has a chat feature. I think you have to message me through my website at the Vibrant Success Club. Through Facebook or Instagram, and I can help you. I can set you up. Yeah, it's called Womb Magic. That's exactly what it's called. Yeah, the sacral part of the Divine Chakra Cleanse. Yeah, it's so good. Oh yeah, did you do it today, Kelly? Yeah, you did. Kelly did it today, actually. So that's awesome. Well, I feel complete. Thank you so much for being here for my first ever. Wait, my hair looks wonky all of a sudden. I'm not finished. I'm not finished yet. Okay. Yes. Okay. Thank you for being here for my first ever YouTube live. I will be back. I love the energy of this. This is awesome. Please share this if you want. If you believe that this is valuable and people would, get a help from this, then please share it. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell. Make sure you're following me on all my channels as well, YouTube, Instagram, and definitely join my email list on Vibrant Success Club. Okay, I'll put those links below later on. Yay, awesome, great. Let me know how you go with it, Catherine. I can't wait to hear. Okay, guys, I'll be back really soon, maybe tomorrow. I'll let you know. And we'll have some more fun. If you have any questions, if you want me to do a Q&A, just anytime that you have a problem, write it down and let me know what it is. Help me to help you. Okay, I would love to answer your questions. I'd love to give you Kai's insight into, ways that you can improve your life and say goodbye to all the negative things so that you can live a better life. Yeah, it's true. Like a turkey off into the sunset. If any of you just joined live, then that's just a silly analogy I made earlier. Okay, guys, let me figure out how to hang up. Yeah, I got it. Okay. You have a wonderful day, and I want you to remember you. Okay, guys, you have a wonderful day. I'm going to start that again. I want you to remember you get to choose your reality through the thoughts that you think, through the energy that you feel. You're not a victim to your emotions. You're not a victim to the world. You are sovereign, which means that you have a choice in every single moment, okay? You get to choose your reality. I love you. Bye.